So you're 18 or almost 18, or you're just a young adult and you're out here doing your own thing in this world, right? Except no one taught you about money, and the minute you step out of your mama's house, the money resides everywhere. In this video, I want to talk about money advice for 18-year-olds or young teens, people who are out there in the world on their own for the first time. Things that I wish someone would have told me, or maybe they did tell me, I ain't listen. So don't be like me. Listen to these little pieces of advice from me. Sometimes you don't have to learn the hard way, right? So let's get into all these tips and more. It's Crystal with the Cash Compass. All right, welcome back. I am here to teach you all the things that you should have learned in school about money, but for whatever reason, they forgot to mention it. Please be sure to subscribe because we talk about everything from personal finance to investing to the economy. Let's get into it. I'm literally getting straight into it because time is money. And the first thing I want to talk about is learning about not only personal finance, but investing and economics. I think a lot of people leave that out. And that's why I started my channel, right? Because a lot of people talk about personal finance, like, yeah, you should budget, you should pay off your debt. Like, okay, we get it, right? But what's going on in the world and what is happening in the world that would help kind of influence your decisions with your money, right? Because for you to just be in this bubble and thinking, okay, I need to save, I need to invest, and you're not even looking at what's going on in the world, how can you make the right moves? If you were somebody who was super aware and alert and keeping up with the times and you were watching alternative news, not what you see on TV, because, you know, that's obviously construed, right? So if you're somebody who looks for alternative media, you would have known that the housing crisis back in 2008 was terrible, and you would have said, you know what, I know they say to buy a house right now, but according to certain things, I'm not going to buy the house. I think it's too high of a market. Things are too hot right now. Let me let things cool off, right? Because back then we had a normal business cycle. Now we don't. But that's a whole different topic for another video. The point is, when you are educated about the economy, it will not matter if they have a Democrat, a Republican, or a cucumber sitting in the White House. You are going to be able to make money at every business cycle, right? You do not have to depend on the government to help you and aid you, because you're going to be doing your own thing. You're going to watch what they're doing and say, all right, well, I'm going to make this move, right? So get fully educated about those three things. You can watch my YouTube channel. I have playlists. I'll drop one up here. I have playlists for economics, personal finance, and investing, so you guys can binge watch me. I make it easy. Please, I beg you, do not fall for the credit card traps, okay? I fell for it. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay, when you're young and you're just starting out, you will get tens of thousands. That might be a little bit dramatic, but you will get so many mail offers in the mail saying, hey, here's a credit card. You've been pre-approved. Citi, Bank of America. You name it. They're trying to trap you, okay? And the way they trap you is because they'll tell you no interest for 18 months. And you're thinking like, dang, that's good. My credit must be, popping. But it's a trap, okay? Don't fall for the trap. Quick story time. I actually wanted a new computer. So I had gotten a credit card and I got the computer on the credit card. And I actually paid it off within the 18 months, right? So that was good. And I was like, okay, come on, I'm the boss here. So I was feeling really confident. Then I don't know what happened, but I got another credit card. The same thing. They offered me 18%, or sorry, not 18%. Oh God, 0% for 18 months. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna keep the same energy. Except I didn't. I was studying to be a CPA at the time, and I literally was just like, I'm gonna quit my job. I was like kind of house hopping from like my godmother's house to New York, Tampa, Florida. Like I was living everywhere. Honestly, I was having a great time, right? And I was living off of my credit card, and I just swore I was gonna pay it back when I started my big girl job, and that did not happen, right? So I got trapped, and then boom, here goes the 20% interest, which is honestly robbery. So do not fall for the trap. You can opt out of receiving those mails. How do we say that? The envelopes in the mail? I don't know. You can definitely avoid that. I will drop some links in the description below to allow you to opt out, or I think you can even like maybe reduce how much you get, because they are very tempting and they tell you you're pre-approved. Why not get the card, right? But trust me, they know what they're doing. They're so slick. I don't like that. But when you do get a credit card, get it to build credit only. And I've talked about this on my channel before, so I am so sorry if you are a loyal watcher, but credit cards are not for emergencies. And it's like a pet peeve of mine when people say that, because if you're in an emergency, that's going to amplify the emergency. Your savings are for emergencies. I think the credit card company started that, okay? do not think you're going to use this money as a crutch, okay? And then it's going to come in the nick of time. No, it's going to screw you, because now you had the emergency, and now the new emergency is I pay for the emergency and now I have to pay 25%, interest on that emergency. You don't want to be in that situation. You really want to have a savings. Like, of course, I'm not saying like if you didn't have any savings and something came up, yeah, it would be dumb to not use a credit card. But do just change your psychology on credit cards. They are supposed to help you build credit, because when it is time to actually use credit for good debt, i.e. investing in real estate, or maybe investing in a business that you already know is viable and will make you money, having access to extra capital is going to help you, right? Being leveraged. I personally don't have $500,000 laying around to purchase a house in cash, right? So I'm going to need to have good credit so I can buy that multifamily property, so I can rent those properties out and then get a free house, basically, right? Because if you do it right, the people who you're renting to should be paying your mortgage for you. So you got a house and you got some cash flow, depending on how you bought the house. Anyway, that's a tangent. The point is, do use credit cards to build your credit, because you want to be able to get into good debt that's going to make you money in the future. This one's going to be a little bit humbling, but you want to go to community college. I don't know why, but I just looked down on going to community college. Okay, I'm being real with you guys. I'm sorry, but I thought it was like, oh, you weren't smart enough to get into university, so you had to go this route. I didn't look highly on it. I'm sorry. But if I were to do it over again, oh my God, take me to community college, right? Take me to the college. I'm telling you, it makes so much more sense, because the first 2 years that you are in college, you're learning how to draw fish. You're taking modern art and dance. I mean, you're just trying to figure out, your rhythm if you don't have a declared major. And even if you do, you're taking like world history, like things that are like, it's trivial knowledge, if that, but mostly it's just a big waste of money. And I spent way more money in those classes just to say I'm at a university, and end up in more student loan debt. So go to a community college, because a lot of times, true story, what happened is you can go to a community college and then get a transfer into a college you actually wanted to go to, but maybe you felt like in high school you wasn't really eligible, like you didn't have the right grades or whatever. But if you go to community college, it's actually easier to transfer into those universities. Okay, I've seen it with my own eyes. People have done that. So consider that. You'll save money. You can get into the university that you wanted to get into anyways, and it's a win-win. Period. Also, apply to any and every scholarship. Like if it is a scholarship for those who have a right toe, apply. I had a graduating class in high school of 800 kids, okay? And there was a scholarship for $2,500. So I applied because I was like, whatever, okay? Would you believe that out of 800 people, only 2 people applied? A lot of times people will think they're not, like they'll talk themselves out of doing things because they assume like, oh my God, that's a lot of money. Like, I'm not going to get that, and they won't even bother. But you're not like that because you're watching this channel. So apply for everything and anything. Like just cast the net. You'll be surprised how much things go unused because people do not apply for these things. So you can be the one collecting up all that money, okay, and living a very prosperous life in college. And this tip actually negates all of that. You don't have to go to college, right? I think that whole go to school, get a good job thing is like, it's dated because now, and they also used to tell you, this is funny, I was talking to my friend about this, your looks can't get you out of things, your looks can't, pay the bills. Honey, they didn't know that the age of social media was coming because looks absolutely pay the bills, okay? Women and men are getting paid to just hold up flat tummy tea, hold up some clothes, hold up some hair, and they're making a living. You have to adapt with the times. You cannot keep that mentality in your head that you must go to college because you don't necessarily have to, okay? Look at the opportunity cost. Look at what you're giving up to go to college, okay? Could you make more money doing something that you love? And actually not have to go to college and get into debt or just kind of deal with college if you're not really much of a school person? You might be able to just completely skip all of that because the opportunity cost of going to college actually weighs more than if you do go to college, right? Like maybe it makes more sense for you to just stay home and work on something else because it's going to end up being more profitable or make you more happy. So don't just think it's the right thing to do. Please eliminate that whole idea of the status quo, fitting into a certain box because you can define whatever you want to, like a complete tangent. But I remember when I just started this YouTube channel, people were telling me to dress a certain way because that's what people in this field do. I'm gonna dress however the F I want to, right? Because I am not going to be in a box. This is what I want to do. This is my shit. So don't let people define you, okay? That's it. Live like nobody today so you can live like nobody tomorrow. Or maybe 5 years from now, like, I don't know. The point of that saying is a lot of people do not want to put the work in. A lot of people do not want to save money, pass on going on those trips, pass on getting those nice cars and the nice house and the nice clothes. A lot of people don't want to drive a car, the same busted car for 8 years, right? You have to be able to understand that these material things are going to still come to you, but you want to understand and appreciate the idea of delayed gratification. I love Mercedes-Benz. Like, that's like my dream car. Could I go out and buy one right now? F yes. Like, I definitely could. Would that be a smart decision? No. Okay? I could buy it, but I cannot afford that. And I want to be able to get that car when I could pay for it in cash, or if I am making payments, it's super manageable. I don't feel like I'm in a bind, right? So I'm going to continue just driving my old car. It's working perfectly fine. The AC works. Like, we good. So live like that now, because there's going to be plenty of time, of course, God willing, but there's going to be plenty of time to live exactly how you want to if you understand the concept of delayed gratification and you just don't get crazy with it right now, okay? So if you guys take anything from this, take that. Like, don't let people define you. Do not let social media or whoever tell you what the new thing is, tell you what you should be wearing, what you should be buying, what people at your age should be looking like, because that is a never-ending rat hole. Rat hole? I don't know. You just don't do it, okay? But let me know if I left any tips out, and if you guys have any tips also, drop them down below, because we all are here to help each other out. But that will do it. If you like this video, then please like this video and share it with your friends. And if you have nothing else going on, you know what to do. Go ahead and binge watch me. And until next time, keep your money up.